Welcome back to Killship, where we dive deep into the most gripping true crime stories shaking the nation. Today, we're unraveling the Karen Reed case, a high-profile murder trial that's captivated true crime fans across the United States and beyond. Did Karen Reed deliberately kill her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe? Or is she the victim of a massive cover-up? Grab a coffee, hit that subscribe button, and let's break it all down. On January 29, 2022, in the middle of a blizzard in Canton, Massachusetts, Boston police officer John O'Keefe was found unresponsive in the snow outside a fellow officer's home at 34 Fairview Road. He was pronounced dead shortly after. The woman at the center of this tragedy? Karen Reed, O'Keefe's girlfriend of 2 years, who now faces charges of second-degree murder, manslaughter while intoxicated, and leaving the scene of an accident causing death. Prosecutors say Karen, then 45, was drunk and angry after a night of drinking with O'Keefe. They allege she intentionally backed her Lexus SUV into him, leaving him to die in the snow. But Karen's defense team tells a very different story, one of corruption, a botched investigation, and a frame-up by local police to protect their own. This case has it all: a dead cop, a grieving family, and a community divided over what really happened that night. Let's start with the prosecution's side. According to the Commonwealth, Karen and John were out drinking on January 28, 2022, at a bar in Canton. Their relationship had been rocky, with prosecutors claiming John was planning to break up with Karen. Around 12:30 a.m., Karen dropped John off at 34 Fairview Road, where a house party hosted by another Boston police officer, Brian Albert, was in full swing. The prosecution says Karen, intoxicated and upset, backed her SUV into John, striking him and causing fatal injuries. Evidence? They point to taillight fragments from Karen's Lexus found in John's clothing, scratches on his arm consistent with a vehicle collision, and Karen's own statements to first responders, where she allegedly said, "I hit him." A digital forensics expert, Shannon Burgess, testified that data from Karen's SUV and John's iPhone aligns with a timeline where she reversed her vehicle at the exact moment John's phone last recorded activity. A forensic scientist also estimated Karen's blood alcohol level was between 0.14% and 0.28% that night, well over the legal limit. Other witnesses, like Carrie Roberts, a close friend, testified that Karen seemed panicked the morning John was found, asking, "Do you think I hit him?" The prosecution argues this shows early signs of guilt. Crash reconstructionist Judson Welcher also testified that the damage to Karen's SUV matches John's arm injuries, painting a picture of a deliberate act fueled by alcohol and relationship drama. But here's where things get murky. Karen Reed's defense team, led by attorneys Alan Jackson and David Yannetti, says this case is a textbook example of police corruption. They argue Karen never struck John with her SUV. Instead, they claim John was beaten inside the Fairview Road house, possibly in an alcohol-fueled fight, and his body was dragged outside to frame Karen. One bombshell came from Dr. Isaac Wolf, a neurosurgeon who testified that John's injuries, including raccoon eyes bruising and a skull fracture, suggest he fell or was struck, not hit by a vehicle. A retired forensic pathologist, Dr. Frank Sheridan, backed this up, saying John's arm wounds looked more like dog bites or scratches than car injuries, possibly tied to a German Shepherd owned by the Albert family. The defense also pointed to flirty texts between Karen and ATF agent Brian Higgins, suggesting Higgins might have had a motive to confront John that night, though no concrete evidence of this was found. The defense has hammered at the investigation's integrity. Lead investigator Michael Proctor was fired after the first trial for sending unprofessional texts about Karen, calling her derogatory names. The defense also questioned why taillight fragments weren't found until after Karen's SUV was in police custody, hinting at evidence tampering. Digital forensics expert Richard Green testified that John's phone data showed him taking steps and climbing stairs after Karen allegedly left, contradicting the prosecution's timeline. This case has exploded into a cultural phenomenon. Karen's first trial in 2024 ended in a mistrial when the jury couldn't reach a verdict, and the retrial, which began in April 2025, has only fueled the fire. Supporters of Karen, galvanized by blogger Aidan Turtleboy Kearney, have raised nearly $400,000 for her defense and flooded the courthouse with free Karen Reed signs. They believe she's a scapegoat for a corrupt police cover-up. But the case isn't without its dark side. Turtleboy himself faces charges for allegedly intimidating witnesses, and at least one juror from the first trial reported harassment, prompting Judge Beverly Cannoni to ban protests within 200 feet of the courthouse. The case has inspired podcasts, an HBO miniseries, and endless debates online, with true crime fans split between those who see Karen as a murderer and those who think she's been framed. Adding to the drama, a federal investigation into the case's police work raised questions about conflicts of interest, as lead investigator Proctor was friends with the party's host, Brian Albert. While the feds closed their probe in early 2025, the defense continues to push the narrative of a botched investigation. As of June 2025, the retrial is ongoing, with the prosecution having rested their case and the defense now presenting theirs. Karen has told reporters she's battle-tested and ready for her team's robust defense, but she's been cagey about whether she'll take the stand. The trial could wrap up soon, with closing arguments expected imminently. Will the jury convict Karen Read of murder, or will her defense's claims of a cover-up sway them? Only time will tell. What do you think? Is Karen Read guilty, or is she being framed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion going. If you want to stay updated on the Karen Read case and other true crime stories, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and check out our playlist on the Karen Read trial linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.